In history, kingdoms rise and fall. Some fall to invading armies, others fall to something far more subtle. This is the story of how a single song, just 8 words, shook a mighty empire to its core and buried it forever.
In ancient China, 2 great kingdoms stood locked in conflict, Northern Zhou and Northern Qi. Northern Qi was vast, wealthy, its armies were strong and feared. But far away in the west, Northern Zhou was watching, waiting. Northern Qi had one man, a man who stood above them all, General Hulu Guang. His courtesy name? Mingyu, the bright moon. He was a living legend. He crushed every enemy. Northern Zhou, the Turks, the nomads of the north. To the people, he wasn't just a general. He was the god of war. Meanwhile, in Northern Zhou, another figure watched from the shadows. General Wei Xiaokuan, wise, cautious, deadly. He knew one truth.
If Hulu Guang falls, Northern Qi will crumble.
In the year 573, the Emperor of Zhou ordered war. Wei Xiaokuan received the command, but he did not rush. He studied the maps. He studied the men, and he knew the truth.
Against Hulu Guang, our blades will break.
One cold night, inside his war tent, he smiled and whispered,
If I can't win with swords, I'll win with words.
He summoned his spies and gave them a simple task: spread a song, just 8 words.
100 bushels fly to the sky. The bright moon shines on Chang'an.
In Chinese, it was a deadly pun. 100 bushels sounded like Hulu. And bright moon, that was Hulu Guang's name. To outsiders, it was just a catchy tune. But inside Northern Qi, it meant something far more dangerous. Hulu Guang had ambitions. He wanted the throne. Wei Xiaokuan smiled again.
No swords, just a song. If this works, Northern Qi will fall.
The song spread like wildfire, in markets, in taverns, on farms. Soon it was everywhere.
100 bushels fly to the sky. The bright moon shines on Chang'an.
At first, people sang it for fun, but then they realized 100 bushels. Hulu, bright moon, his name. The rumors grew louder. The whispers reached the palace. And watching it all was a man who thrived in shadows. Minister Zhu Ting. Zhu Ting was no ordinary official. He was cunning, ruthless, dangerous, and he hated Hulu Guang. The moment he heard the song, he smiled.
Heaven has delivered my chance.
Zhu Ting knew the emperor already feared Hulu Guang. All he needed to do was add fuel to the fire. That night, Zhu Ting whispered to his followers,
This song may seem harmless, but it's a knife wrapped in silk. I will use it to end Hulu Guang.
Soon after Zhu Ting entered the palace, he bowed low and spoke with false concern.
Your Majesty, there is a troubling song spreading among the people. Everyone is singing, 100 bushels fly to the sky. The bright moon shines on Chang'an. I dare not guess its meaning, but it seems ominous.
The emperor's face turned pale. He growled.
What does this mean?
Zhu Ting lowered his voice and delivered the final blow.
Your Majesty, 100 bushels. Bright moon. It points directly to Hulu Guang. If there were no truth behind it, would the entire realm be singing it?
The emperor began to panic. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. He feared Hulu Guang's power, his armies, his victories, his popularity. Night after night, the emperor wrestled with his dread.
If Hulu Guang truly seeks the throne, I am already finished.
Zhu Ting saw his chance. He whispered again,
Your Majesty, soldiers follow strength. If you wait too long, it will be too late.
The emperor finally broke. In the winter of 573, he sent an invitation to Hulu Guang, a royal feast, a celebration of peace. Hulu Guang accepted. He arrived at the palace with ease. On the way, he even laughed.
It is good to share wine in peaceful times.
Inside the hall, assassins waited. The feast began. 3 rounds of wine passed. Then, the emperor's voice turned cold.
Seize him!
Guards swarmed. Hulu Guang was bound in chains. He shouted,
I have served with loyalty.
What crime have I committed?
The emperor's eyes blazed.
The song has spread through every street. You dare deny it now?
Hulu Guang's voice rang out, filled with sorrow.
If I have betrayed my country, let heaven strike me down. But even loyalty cannot survive slander.
Those were his final words. The greatest general of northern Qi was executed not by foreign swords but by whispers and shadows. Hulu Guang's death shattered the kingdom. The soldiers lost their spirit. The people lost hope. Northern Qi's strength vanished overnight. When Wei Xiaokuan heard the news, he smiled calmly.
Now that Hulu Guang is gone, northern Qi will fall like leaves in autumn.
Months later, northern Zhou's armies marched in. Northern Qi collapsed. The kingdom was no more. Later historians would say, northern Qi did not fall to swords. It fell to a song, to fear, to suspicion, to a masterful trap. Wei Xiaokuan's name would be remembered forever, the general who conquered without drawing a sword. As Sun Tzu once wrote,
"The skillful use of spies can achieve what armies cannot."
but the story leaves a question. Did northern Qi really fall because of a song? Or was the kingdom already rotting inside, just waiting for a single note to bring it down? No one can answer.
You're watching stories of strategy, learning Sun Tzu through legends. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more, please support us by subscribing. Every subscriber helps us keep these ancient tales alive. This is China Tales. See you in the next legend.